Alright, what's up everybody? Thank everyone for watching and subscribing. If you do like this video, for any new viewers, I hope you like the video and subscribe as well. I'm going to focus more on free-to-play friendly videos because I don't feel like we have a lot of that right now on YouTube. And for this video, I want to get into your combat rating. This is something where I wasn't sure if I needed to cover, but especially after the server merges, I've noticed a lot of players, some free-to-play, some light spenders, whose Paragon level is really high and combat rating really low. Sometimes, like Paragon 240 plus and still can barely do like Hell 3, Hell 4, and I got a couple tips to help you all out. There are some where you can kind of like fast ways to gain combat rating, and some that are slower but gradual, and those are all kind of time gated, so I don't want to focus too much on those. And this will be the first time I even show my character in game on any of my videos, so here we go. You can see in a way I am a free-to-play player, but I do have this Halloween cosmetic that my wife gifted for me, but I've never bought any legendary gems or legendary crests, anything like that. So that's proof that being free-to-play or light spender does not hold you back. It can be slower, but it is possible. It just takes a little bit of work and knowing what to do to spend your time most efficiently. We can see here I'm at combat rating 6532. I am below server Paragon level, which is fairly unusual for me. It's just ever since the server merge, I have really not open world farmed because it has not been that enjoyable. But to get started, I will say, regardless of your current combat rating, where you kind of want to focus your time is on the Hell level closest to your Paragon level. Even if, say, your combat rating, you can only do Hell 2, but you're high enough level to equip gear from Hell 5, then you shouldn't even worry about Hell 3, Hell 4 generally, and just try to aim on parties in Hell 5, and that will be the fastest way to kind of boost your combat rating. Some people I know might feel bad about leeching parties or don't find it that fun, and that's understandable. It's really not fun to feel like a useless member of the team, but honestly, most parties really do not care as long as they have like 2 or 3 people of that level. It's fine to have 1 or 2 people getting carried, and you really shouldn't feel bad, because as a free-to-play or light spender player, just know that Blizzard kind of designed it to where if you're not spending, your combat rating will be kind of low. Because on the 5-star gems, you can see I got 1 lucky drop for a 4-star here, and even at just rank 3, this is giving me 66 combat rating. And people with 4 or 5-star gems in every slot at, ranks 5 or higher, they're probably getting 600 combat rating minimum from just their legendary gems. And we don't have that luxury for players like us. Most of our gems are going to be stuff like this, where we're getting 36 combat rating for a rank 5 2-star gem. So, set items, this you want to be your main focus first when you're below a Hell level, because at each Hell level, like at Hell 5, even at Paragon 240 all the way to 600, the stat attributes on these are the same regardless of your level. The only thing that determines the combat rating you get on these is the Hell level it's dropped in, not your level. So, in a way that kind of sucks in that you can't, farm a set at the beginning of, say, Hell 3, and then at the end of Hell 3, you can't re-farm and get better gear, typically, for set items. unless you're very lucky in getting triple stats, but that's very unreliable. I would not focus on farming like triple stat only set items to improve your combat rating, because in reality it's going to take you hundreds of dungeons to get even one sometimes. So if you can equip Paragon 240 gear, and say you're at like Hell 2 level, then that means that probably Hell 3, Hell 4, and Hell 5, you're going to get one shot in all those dungeons if your combat rating's not high enough for any of these three. So in a way, it really doesn't matter if you're getting one shot in Hell 5, because the same would happen in Hell 4 and Hell 3. And it really doesn't matter either the set bonuses. When you're below the combat rating for Hell 5, you shouldn't even consider the bonuses you're getting from the set items, because it doesn't matter how good a set effect is if you're getting one shot by everything. It only matters that you can reach that survivable level. And then once you finally reach the Hell 5 combat rating, that's when I'd say you should focus on getting set bonuses you actually care about. And what you'll want to do is find a dungeon either with your clanmate, a friend maybe, who's willing to carry you for a couple of runs, and you're really just hoping to get one piece for each of your slots, the best you can. And any dungeon, it really doesn't matter, but I would recommend one that's easier. So if I pull up the dungeon list here, like Tomb of Fahir, this dungeon would be horrible, because if you're getting one shot and that's like a big lengthy dungeon where most mobs are being ignored by players, it's not that good. Destruction's End, that can actually be an okay one, because the way it's kind of set up, everyone has to kill all the mobs. So if you die, you don't have to revive at checkpoint and then walk through a bunch of mobs and die again. So Destruction's End is okay. And Mad Kings, this one's debatable. There are a couple sections where everyone has to kill the mobs. You're probably killing like 80% of the mobs in this dungeon, so it's survivable. There are a few instances where you kind of have to make a run for it. Forgotten Tower is kind of the same way as Mad Kings, where you do have to kill most of the mobs, but if you die, sometimes when you res at the checkpoint, you can kind of get killed by mobs in the beginning. Temple of Namari is really good. It's a short, easy dungeon, and all the mobs have to be killed. This is one of my go-tos. And Kakura's Rapids, this is my other go-to. Now, before the raft, there is a lot of mobs that get ignored by players, so that can make it a struggle depending on your class. But once you get on the raft, when you revive at checkpoint, it just immediately puts you on the raft at full health, so that makes it one of the best dungeons in my opinion. Just try to pick a build with some defensive abilities, dashes, immunity to damage if you have access to that. Get to the raft, and then from then on, you can either AFK, some parties just fully AFK, and everyone lays dead on the raft, and then you revive once the raft falls off the cliff. Otherwise, you can just keep hitting that revive at checkpoint button, so you have unlimited lives essentially with no time lost. Cavern of Echoes, horrible. Pit of Anguish, horrible. Silent Monastery, horrible. And once you kind of have good enough set items, say maybe you get one in each slot for your hell level, that should bring your combat rating either already to that hell level difficulty, or depending on how low your legendary stats are, you might still be under. From this point, this is when you kind of want to upgrade your legendary items. And hopefully, getting those set items bring you close enough to the combat rating of that hell level to where you might be able to sneak into some open world farming parties, hopefully get some legendaries that way. Otherwise, that's when you'd want to focus on your challenge rifts. And The challenge rift, I believe, for each level is 12 for Hell 1, 30 for Hell 2, I think, 60 for Hell 3, 95 for Hell 4, and 140 for Hell 5. And if there is someone in your clan who can maybe carry you to that point, that way if you are under CR, you don't have to struggle through like 5 challenge rifts in a row, taking forever. They can carry you through a higher challenge rift, which will unlock all rift levels before that, and then you can focus on soloing that rift for your Hell increased drops, and know you do have to solo it to get the Hell level drop increase. So keep that in mind. Once you do complete the challenge rift, you can come to this rarities and antiquities guy, and you can gamble for items, and since you've completed the rift, it will drop items appropriate to that Hell level of the rift you completed. So if you complete challenge rift 140, it'll give you Hell 5 gear here. You can see the little Hell 5 mark there, the purple skull on the items. It also unlocks Elder Rift drops to be of that Hell level. So those are nice and easy. Regardless of your level, Elder Rifts are always easy. So if you can get those up to the Hell 5 or Hell 4 drops as well, then that'll be an easy way to get legendary items as you run Elder Rifts for the week. And once you can hopefully get some exceptional pieces around that Hell level difficulty, that's where you'll really increase your combat rating this way. You can see for Hell 5 I have 4 out of 6 of my items with triple stats. That takes a long time. Don't expect to get, maybe you'll get 1 triple stat as you're first trying to break into that Hell difficulty. That'll help make it a lot easier. Other than that, the only thing you really have left are marginal increases for combat rating, and these are all time gated in a way. So when you're trying to improve your combat rating, all you can really do is focus on your set items and legendary items, and then as kind of a side thing you should always be doing is the different ways you can marginally increase your combat rating. One is by your gear upgrades here. You can see with my current gear ranks, I'm actually getting a lot of combat rating. These, you need the yellow crystals, which you get from challenge rifts. So if there is someone who maybe carries you to a higher challenge rift level, and then you complete the one to unlock your set items, you really should go back and complete any challenge rifts that you haven't got the rewards for, because all of these little yellow crystals you can get will help improve your combat rating bit by bit. And then for your legendary gear upgrades, you can see I'm getting, what is that, like 86 combat rating per one of my legendaries right now off of just the item upgrades. And you kind of want to keep your upgrades even, because as you upgrade them, in most cases the combat rating increase is about the same. Sometimes it'll be like 2 combat rating more for certain levels. But the materials cost always goes up. So to get the most out of the combat rating, you want to upgrade all your lowest pieces. Set items are a little different, where once you get to about rank 8, it might be worth it to push one item to rank 10 like what I did here, and then try to push them all kind of like that. We go from 8 to 10, because at 10 it does get an increase, and the materials cost at these later ranks only goes up 25 crystals each. Another kind of marginal combat rating increase is your Helliquary. You can see I'm getting almost 400 combat rating right now from mine, and I don't always keep up with it like I should, just because sometimes you don't have the time or the people really to fill the raids. After the server merges, it should be a lot easier though, and this, you can only get the rewards twice per week, and it resets on Wednesday and Sunday, I believe? Monday and Thursday, that's what it is. Yeah, Monday and Thursday are the days where they reset, so you kind of want to run your raids between like the Monday to Wednesday part and then the Thursday to Sunday part of the week. And if you can find a warband, this would help a lot too. because of the Ancestral Tableau. This is a fairly recent update, and you can see I'm really not that high rated on my bonuses here, mainly because other than the raids, I don't get much for the warband activity, because it really is a lot of work and I don't have as much time as some people where I can really focus on capping this out. But you can see the first 1,000 points you acquire are increased, so it's a lot easier. From just the raids, you can get close to the 1,000 mark on that. There is another 500 points you can get at a reduced rate from doing like the Purge the Depths or the Endless mode. If you do need the combat rating, this is a great way. Each rank gives you around, like, I believe 10 combat rating-ish per upgrade, which is 300 points. So if you're getting the 1,500, then that gives you 5 upgrades you can get. So you'd get around like 50 combat rating or so from that. And that's kind of about it for what you can do for combat rating. You can upgrade legendary gems as well, but being a free-to-play or light spender, you can't really rely on that in a way that's time-gated as well, where it's just as you slowly acquire your legendary quest or platinum, try to upgrade your gems, keep them up to date if you can, because that'll give you a marginal increase as well. I hope that helps you guys. I hope that all makes sense. If you are confused by anything or have any questions, please leave a comment down below. I do respond to every comment, and I try to do it as fast as possible, but if I'm at work, it might take me a couple hours, but I will respond to you that day. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below if there's any other videos that might help you, and I'll work on them as soon as possible. Thank you.